The Aerocon Wingship was designed to carry thousands of passengers and could fly about 19,312 kilometers. The Aerocon flying ship, which was twice the size of a jet, had the potential to revolutionize aviation. If realized, it would dwarf the world's largest airliners. The Ekranoplan, weighing 400 tons and measuring 172.5 meters long, was developed with funding from the U.S. Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA, to carry thousands of passengers and 1,500 tons of cargo close to the surface of the sea. With 20 rocket engines mounted on the wings close to the plane's nose, engineers estimate the huge plane could fly about 19,312 kilometers. When the aircraft floats to the surface of the water, it operates on a principle known as ground effect, which creates an air bubble beneath the vessel. This would allow the Aerocon to float directly above the surface of the water. Unlike airplanes that travel through the air, this effect is comparable to a hovercraft, but allows for much faster and more stable movement, opening the door to potentially huge flying ships such as the Aerocon Wingship. Due to its enormous range, it can travel non-stop from the US to almost anywhere, including China, Japan and Australia. The ship plane had to carry a ship-sized payload at the speed of an airplane. It could also carry 30 times more weight than a Boeing 747, flying at airplane speeds and soaring over the ocean. The plane was planned to be luxurious, with rooms, bars and restaurants, like a huge flying hotel or cruise ship. Wingship can also pull up to a dock and open its rear doors like a ferry, allowing people to even bring their own cars. Stephen Hooker, the aircraft's lead designer, came up with the idea for the Wingship after he saw the Caspian Sea monster, Ekranoplan, in the Soviet Union. Only one experimental Ekranoplane, which could reach speeds of up to 500 km per hour, was built. Then the USSR lost interest in the aircraft. Hooker, on the other hand, believed he could do better and came up with his own winged ship, which was 10 times larger. He expected his Ekranoplane to be able to transport passengers across the Atlantic for only $72.40 per ticket. However, the initial cost of the project was a staggering $600 million. In addition, the U.S. military has explored the purchase of 13 aircraft for a total of $15 billion. The Pentagon was intrigued by the DARPA-funded idea because it had the potential to be a massive, rapid-response military transport. It was assumed that the vehicle's capacity would be 32 helicopters, 20 tanks, for landing ships and about 2,000 soldiers. For fixed-wing aircraft, the reduction in aerodynamic drag that the aircraft's wings create when it is near a fixed surface is known as ground effect. In ground effect during takeoff, the reduced drag can cause the aircraft to float while traveling at a slower speed than the recommended rate of climb. The aircraft will then be accelerated by ground effect as the pilot flies close to the runway until a safe climb speed is achieved. Designers were fascinated by Ekranoplanes, but the idea was never fully realized beyond the drawing board. DARPA cancelled the billion-dollar project in the 1990s, so the truly enormous Aerocon never got to fly over the world's oceans.